The other issue that was very topical some time back, Jonathan, is the issue with fire and in particular combustible cladding. And there was this incident where Dubai became famous worldwide on New Year's Eve with the Address Hotel. And since then, the regulations have changed to for new buildings. But what about the existing buildings? What's the story there with existing buildings that around us that might still have this cladding?
You're right. The legislation changed, which certainly enforced the mandated use of non-combustible materials in all new builds, and those standards are extremely high. And I mean, the process of which a manufacturer must go through in order to have his cladding, be it ACP approved, is very stringent. So on that side, there has been a lot of positive development. On the flip side, there is no legislation in place at the minute that mandates an existing building to either retrofit or change a facade which still has potentially a combustible material. Now, a little bit like the UK, what we're seeing now is that insurance premiums, if you have a building which is cladded versus non-cladded, combustible versus non-combustible, the premiums are 3 or 4 times the amount.
Right.
So typically, I'm just giving broad brush numbers, for a building of 100 million dirhams, the insurance premium for a building which is protected might be 30,000 dirhams, and for non-protected might be 120,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
That's what the insurance companies are telling me. On the flip side, the UK has driven it a little bit further, to the point where if you own an apartment in a building like this, it becomes very difficult to sell your apartment, because the building almost becomes uninsurable.
Yeah.
And a lot of insurance companies here now are not willing to cover buildings of which they see as a risk. But I think in order for this to really move forward, and in order to make a meaningful dent in removing these risks, they have to, the banks and the insurance companies need to start engaging third-party professionals who can really identify the fire risks of these buildings, so that we can eliminate, potential future disasters. Because with the law of averages, it is inevitable that eventually something will happen, and unfortunately somebody may lose their life over this. So it really is something that needs addressing, I feel. Legislation needs to be in place, but also insurance companies, banks, lenders, etc., all have a part to play.